Hey guys, I'm Marcus, and this is Brian, and we're from Big Time Super Friends.
Today we're going to be talking about our favorite movie of 2015, The Hateful Eight.
Where do we start? Oh my goodness. Right from the get-go, the overture of this damn thing, insane.
By the way, let's just preface it with, we saw the Roadshow edition, which, if you still have the chance to see it, that is the only way to see it. You get the overture, 70mm, and you get the intermission about an hour 40 in.
And most importantly, you get the experience of actually saying you get to see it, 70mm film. You'll never be able to see it in your lifetime if you've never seen it to this day.
Unless Quentin's next movie is also 70mm. That's
you'll have to wait for Christopher Nolan's 65mm film.
Yeah, there we go. But I mean, right off the get-go, it's a Tarantino movie from the start. You know, it has a lot of his noticeable cast. You know, Samuel L. Jackson, Tim Roth, Michael Madsen,
Kurt Russell.
Yeah, all the usual guys in there. With I think some mix it in with some new people.
And you know, the best thing about this is it's mainly when it comes to all those actors, not one overshadows the other. They all handle their roles perfectly, and they don't outshine each other. They all elevate themselves up to be up here.
I think it's pretty cool that like all of them, I think for the most part, get pretty equal screen time, and I think that's what makes them all that much interesting. But the premise of the movie, I mean, it really only starts off in two places. It's a carriage in the beginning, which is almost the first half of the movie, and then this Minnie's haberdashery, which is the second part of it. And that's where you get to meet the full cast. And I think that's also why the budget of the movie kind of was low a little bit. It was a pretty cheap movie compared to Tarantino's latest movie, but it's just because of those two things.
My favorite character for sure, it has to be Walton. I keep forgetting his last name. Goggins. He just, from the beginning, from when they first saw him stranded out in the blizzard to the very, very end, he just rocks it, and he's just, I think, in my personal opinion, he was my favorite. He brought the most comedic laughs in my mind. They all did. They all had their own comedic moments. Don't get me wrong. But
I guess that was kind of one of the ups for the movie for me. It's a Western movie with a very serious tone, but some parts of it was almost kind of a spaghetti Western. Like it had some slapstick comedy just out of nowhere. But my favorite, Tim Roth's character, Oswaldo Mowbray. That was my favorite. Mowbray. Yeah, Mowbray. That was my favorite character. The town's hangman. But
I like how there's a lot of misdirection in this movie.
Oh yeah.
I mean, from the get-go, you think maybe there's one, maybe two characters. That may not be the case. You know, I don't want to go into spoilers, but that may not be the case. There may be more or less.
There might be some stuff swept under the rug. You dig? You feel me? But I think from the beginning of the movie, you get the overture, you get the sense of the tone of what the movie's going to be like, and the composer of it, what's his name? Ennio Morricone. Him and Quentin Tarantino, they're kind of good buddies, and they kind of had a falling out, and he almost didn't do the score for this movie.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I guess he made some bad negative comments about Django, and they kind of had a falling out, but they made up. He came back into this movie, and the soundtrack is not fully original because of the time constraints and all that kind of shit. They actually use some stuff from the movie The Thing that was previously unreleased, and I think it worked perfectly in this film. I think it set the pace. I mean, the day after the movie, this motherfucker right here bought the soundtrack.
I never buy CDs. The last time I bought a CD was 12 years ago. So you know that if I bought a CD, it was worth.
It's good.
Possibly, it was worth getting.
That's all we were listening to in New Year's, man. Hateful Eight soundtrack, you know.
And the one thing that if you are concerned watching this movie about the 3-hour mark, it does not feel like 3 hours.
Oh, no.
Okay, it feels like they could have taken maybe 5-10 minutes out. But still, it flies. They have perfect comedic timing. Within every 5 to 10 minutes, there's a comedic little breather in there that just keeps the movie rolling and rolling. And you'd never sense that they are doing things redundantly.
No,
it just keeps going.
the movie in itself doesn't have a whole lot of action scenes, per se. It's very much based on dialogue, and I think this almost solidifies like Quentin Tarantino's like master of dialogue. You know what I mean? It's everything that they say is important, and I think this is what kind of warrants a rewatching, or at least maybe a couple different rewatchings of the movie, because I guarantee there's bound to be things that I missed first time around. For sure.
Well, so with Tarantino style, with the score, with all the actors, all the comedic timing, the story, the mystery, all that wrapped into one, that's why I give this movie a 9.5 out of 10.
I'm going to knock it up one step. I'm taking it to a whole nother level. I'm going to give this a perfect 10 out of 10. Oh. This is my favorite movie I've seen in recent memory, and I absolutely love it.
Anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in. We have way more videos on the way to come with our future The Revenant review coming up. Remember, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. All information down below. Later.